ahead.
Okay. Our mission, Helping Parents Heal, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents to become shining light parents by providing support and resources to aid in the healing process. We go a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and evidence for the afterlife in a non-dogmatic way. Affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non-religious background, and allow for open dialogue. Attendance today at this meeting is voluntary, and we are here for the benefit of learning from and sharing with other parents whose child has passed away. It is understood that our discussions are intended to be confidential and not designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. However, these Zoom meetings are helpful to parents all around the world, and they are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members who are not able to attend this meeting live can also watch. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers to allow parents to be informed about many possible ways to heal, to connect with their children, and to learn about the afterlife. The views expressed by our guests do not necessarily reflect those of Helping Parents Heal, and we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Alaine. Thank you so much for being here.
We're so grateful to have you. Yes, and I would love to just say a few words about you because you have such a short bio. It's very, very quick, and you're so interesting as well. But Alaine Portner is a gifted evidential medium, compassionate spiritual teacher, experienced meditation coach, and accomplished author. Through her exceptional skills as a medium, she makes a difference in lives of people across the globe through communication with the departed. Transformative spiritual experiences are her intention that empowers all of us to develop our own intuition and connection with our loved ones. Please visit her online at www.alaineportner.com. And without further ado, please join me in welcoming Alaine Portner. Welcome, Alaine.
Hello, so good to be with all of you. I had a wonderful experience with you last time, and I'm very grateful to be invited back. I see some of your shiny faces. Some are actually even familiar, and I know that we have a lot to get done. I'm a pretty intense person. Intense medium, happy medium, evidential, psychic, all those words that you can put there. And then I never know what's going to happen, and neither do you. So I like to discover that, but I like to discover it with you. So what I do in the first few moments of my gathering is I prepare you to be awake, conscious, and alert so that we can maximize our time together. So I can give you all the details when we're done, the messaging, but in the beginning, it's important to prepare yourself to understand a mindful technique. So some of you did that with me last time. So what I'm going to do is ring what I call the tingshas. It's a yogic instrument and tool that when I ring them, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, sit tall in your seat, and count your thoughts. And so what does that mean? It means that you look inward and you take time, you get quiet, and you just count your thoughts, because it's not something that you do regularly. So it's very mindful that it brings you into, oh, I just had a thought, or wow, I just keep having the same thought. And so it's important to just tap in. Perhaps you've done it with me before, but we can do it again. So why don't we begin with that? Ringing the tingshas, we'll be closing our eyes, sitting tall in our seat, and counting our thoughts. Begin. So thank you so much for doing that with all of us. There was even a power that I felt in just being still and quiet, even just for a minute. I don't know how your day was, but I can tell you nothing about my day, but it's just really powerful to get quiet and go within. So we're going to do that again, but in a different way, and that's through meditation. Can I just see a show of hands about how many thoughts you might have had? And if you're in the double digits, just keep showing me your hands. So can I see numbers of how many thoughts you might have had just now? Awesome. So I see 8, I see 15, I see 3, I see 6. Trying to capture a few more. Awesome. Right. Awesome. Good job. Thank you for participating. And so important. I don't know if you've done that before, doing it tonight. Again, it's that beginning, that preliminary quiet phase of maybe you were just listening to yourself breathe, and that alone is a calming force inside of yourself. And so you need to know that the medium that I am, the teacher that I am, author, yes, but just describing to you that the power that you have inside of yourself for calmness of sensation, for acceleration in your frequency and connections of spirituality, whatever that realm or spectrum of connection is for you, it's so incredibly important. And I will share my messages with you that way, as well as the meditation, because this is about empowering you. And it always works. So I look forward to you becoming empowered tonight. Even if you become quieter and more still in the awareness and the expanse of your own mind is good enough for me, right? Should be good enough for you. So I'd like to move into meditation so we can calm ourselves and then raise our level of vibration in order to connect. Just a quick story for you. In order to understand where my foundation came from, without going into all the details that are already in the book, so it's on Amazon, I don't even know if you can see it, is that this psychic ability, this gift, this connection, talking to spirit guides, was really born and enhanced out of meditation, which is why I inspire everyone to meditate with me, because it's at that levels of stillness that you begin to hear, feel, sense, and know other expressions. And they may not be yours, which is exactly why we were the detached observer to your own thoughts when you were counting your thoughts. It's really important to separate yourself from that. So having done that exercise already, as we go into meditation, I want you to understand that through meditation is where you can actually raise your frequency. And so let's try. I ask that you find yourself in a quiet, still place. For some, sitting up tall in a seat of the soul is regal, it's connective, it's powerful. If you feel as though you need to be in places of total and utter relaxation, surrendering to spirit, and you need to lie down, I invite you to find the most comfortable place for you so that you're not disturbed by either sound or distraction in your house with pets even, or outside noise, or your own mind. Take that for the number one distraction, right? So let's put our minds into a place of deep peace. What I love about meditation, it's where the seeker, yourself, is using these mindful techniques to train your awareness and achieve clarity mentally and emotionally, to discover this calmness of sensation, which is so beautiful because it also has the phenomenal capacity to make that connection to the divine, which isn't really outside of yourself. You're just reaching for it within yourself. And this is also why it's very capable, we are capable of asking for what it is that we need, simply by connecting to our loved ones, gaining guidance in our lives, having more support if we're not well, and all of those other basic needs that we have when we ask for help that isn't material, right? So as you find yourself calm, I ask you to close your eyes and take a few deep breaths here. in the awareness of building your stillness, your energy, your life, your love, and all that you can feel within. So happy here to be on this playful journey with you. We're actually going on it together. We have the ability to go within and then able to transition and transmit a more peaceful disposition. We don't have to superimpose gratitude here, but we can create a space where it becomes organic chemistry, that you are the one conducting. You are the only person that can do this. I will just guide you into that now. If you're ready, let's begin. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Allowing yourself to get comfortable and any edges to peel away. Breathing in and breathing out. And then you'll notice that you're slowing down your breath as you inhale a little bit slower and exhale a little deeper and perhaps longer. As we begin to focus on the breath in this meditation of gratitude, it will have 3 parts. The first part will be about breath, discovering all the feelings in your life in the movement. For sure, you won't have to dig too deep. That's pretty much those feelings are at the surface level of our awareness, of your beingness. You may also find compassion and forgiveness for your recent human behaviors. Just recognize those thoughts, accept them, certainly investigate, but never a judgment. We're experimenting in this moment of our chemistry to discover gratitude for being a breathing, loving, soulful person. The second part to this meditation will be about the breath, which sources you. And you're experiencing that now as you sit quietly with yourself. And your breath is constant. There's no forcing. You're just flowing with that life force. Let's coming into our truth and our bodies and not push away. Breathing deeply in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. And you begin to recognize your participation in the breath work. This breath has the ability to hold compassion, connection, understanding. Take a few moments here as you breathe in and out. Allowing the body to get soft and supple. You realize how strong your breath is. And it's your purpose that fuels your alive nature. Make that connection simultaneously in the breath work. Breathing in and breathing out. The second part of gratitude is to feel this breath as such strength, perhaps a superpower that has courage and fortitude for you to continue this beautiful journey, giving you a regal quality about how you hold your body. Take a few breaths of gratitude and strength with your own breath as you fuel yourself with this incredible life force that is your nature. Notice if you can inhale in through the nose and then out through the nose. Notice how the body responds into a natural breath, synchronized to relaxation and deep peace. Are your shoulders back and your heart wildly open? And as you breathe into your fullness and your loving heart, opening wildly, unafraid, unencumbered, because what you know is that nobody else can breathe for you. Find your breath here and now. The final breath invokes grace, and you can begin to feel this endless flow and the possibilities of reaching to high vibrations within yourself. As you take those inhalations and exhalations, you recognize that you're clearing your own channels, because the opposite would be overthinking, and you're reclining within the seat of your soul. There can be simple gratitude for being able to breathe on your own. Gratitude for the mind and body that helps us navigate the world that we are in and the beautiful choices that we make. Continue to breathe in the blessings of your life. Lucidly let those thoughts come in and out like the breath itself, for all the blessings that surround you. Remind yourself of the full capacity to live love wherever you deliberately choose. Acknowledging this body vessel of health and its high calibration that you are co-creating. Your quality of gratitude is here, right now, breathing in and breathing out. And for these final moments in stillness, breathe easy. You may not even notice that you're breathing, and spend time in the inner environment that you just created, your spiritual culture. Notice how your body feels. Your mind is at rest. See yourself from a positive place. See yourself planting seeds for the future. in this beautiful state of awareness, you may have this realization that you would like to carry this peaceful feeling beyond your meditation. Set that intention. Ask how to serve others. And ultimately, be grateful for yourself, for your loving relationships that are here, and perhaps those no longer here. And know that they reside within your heart space, and your soulful existence includes any and all. Final moments here to send healing prayers to yourself or someone that might need that or to hear that. And acknowledging all of your gratitude, taking these last few final breaths on this incredible plug-in to gratitude that exists within you. You may feel it as heart space, you may see it as a color. Let yourself have this experience, and no doubt for the vibrations that you can create when you open the channels of connection, communication, and love. Final breaths here as you deeply inhale and exhale, and allowing yourself to be grateful for exploring. And then when you're ready, gently wiggle your toes and your fingers. You'll inhale, you'll exhale. And you can open up your eyes. And I really thank you for meditating tonight with me. It's incredibly powerful. Sometimes the effort and the work put forth in the meditation is responded to, is reflective of something that happens later. But just allow yourself to feel what you feel and enjoy where you happen to be now, because it's drastically different from when we first started at 8 o'clock. I already know that. So I also wanted to ask Elizabeth and Irene, does anybody have any questions? Would I take any questions now, or should I do that after?
You can do either. So far, there aren't.
I don't think we have any questions yet.
Okay. Well, I always want to open that up because it's also it's a springboard to teach from. If anybody has any questions, even of something that they might have experienced in meditation, maybe this is your first time meditating, or if you've gotten to a particular place that you haven't been before, saw something, heard something, felt something. I'm very adept at explaining that. So if somebody has all those questions, perhaps put it in the chat and then I can address it for you if you need it. So what I'd like to do now, of course, right, is...
wait. Yes, we do have one thing. I first of all want to say that Amber's saying, thank you, that was so lovely. Barbara's saying, thank you. Amber is saying, do you have recorded meditations available? I'd love to do that again. So maybe you could answer.
Oh, that's awesome. Right. So thank you for asking that. I finally just recorded 2 meditations. They are on my website, which is simply my name, alaineportner.com. But I did say to Elizabeth prior to coming on this evening, is that if you choose to write a Google review, I will be sending out the meditation freely to you. So the meditation, which is interesting, it isn't the gratitude meditation yet, but it's a meditation that encourages you over a period of time. This is like a 20-minute meditation to meet your spirit guides. And clients who have responded to the meditations have told me that they're having miraculous experiences with it. They are meeting their spirit guides. They are meeting those that they have lost, relatives, children, parents, family. And so it's been really beautiful. I never knew a way to share that with you other than providing the messages for you. But I always encourage you to feel, hear, sense, and know your own loved ones. You'll feel them in a different way. They won't talk to you the way I talk to you for them, but nonetheless, they're still talking. So I would love you to have those experiences, and that can happen through the meditations. And yes, it's on my website. If you give a Google review, then you'll get it anyway. Sound good?
Wonderful. And so Wendy is saying, oh, wow, I am so wanting to get the meditations.
Great.
We also have, thank you. Thank you. It was wonderful. Shane is asking, how do you keep your thoughts from constantly wandering? Could you maybe answer that before?
Yeah, and just getting back to the meditation, all we literally need is your email. So, and the Google review. And so I just wanted to make that clear. So it's a great thought, a great question, I should say. Not a great thought, right? There's too many of them, right? So it is only a response to the question, can I meditate? And then when you try and force yourself to have one thought, and then you have so many thoughts, it isn't that you're an overthinker, excuse me, it's just that you are stimulated by your mind. And so that monkey mind is not a bad thing. You don't want to have the same thought all the time, and you don't necessarily want them to be worried thoughts. So the first step already happened. If you've investigated and you felt like you have too many thoughts, then you work with that and try and relax yourself into a place where you realize, wait a second, in that moment, I only had 3 thoughts, which is why we do that exercise in the beginning. So I encourage everyone to kind of hang in there, stay with it, like exercise. And you're exercising your mind, not overstimulating it. You're trying to quiet it down to give it more space. And your mind actually likes that. It's like sleep, really enjoys the quietness. So I would encourage you to continually try and do that through breath, which is why in most meditations, they will encourage you to focus on your breath, because when you're focusing on your breath, you're not focusing on your mind and the thoughts that you're having. It's like playing a sport. You can play a sport, and you're not having all the thoughts about worrying about this and that. You're playing your sport. So the focus is important. So the answer would probably be have faith, focus, and practice. And you'll see the difference over time. And it's very easy to get better at it.
That's
so
wonderful.
Good question. Was there another question?
Well, we just have people saying guided meditations really help. Thank you. We have some people telling what they were actually visualizing. Patty was saying that she felt she needed to scroll through the list of all of those who have passed in her head. So I think that's kind of cool. All these bright lights just scrolling through in her head. And another parent, Tracy, is also saying that she did the same thing. But yes, it doesn't look like we have any focusing on the actual breath helps as well, which is true. But right. So we don't have any other questions. If you'd like to go ahead and get started, that'd be great.
Sure. And I just want to say one other thing about meditation, which is very powerful. And I've been known to be in the company, whether it's even online or just in live presence, that there is something that I really intend to put out there. And so some people catch their own thing. Some people catch a vibe of the teacher that they're with. And so where that is all fair, I also want you to be super aware, relaxed enough to know that sometimes there's another entity, energy, thought that comes in. So when you mentioned that somebody was scrolling who they wanted to connect to, and maybe it's someone that they haven't thought of in a really long time, or some other thought comes in, please take all of that, right? That is your messaging, right? It's simultaneous spiritual networking that is really possible in these environments because we've already set the intention of, I would like to connect with my loved ones. We all set that intention. So of course it's going to happen, but please trust and have faith that it's already happening to you. So whether I turn up the volume on it, isn't that powerful as much as it is that you are too. So if you've got something, take it, right? It's free. Thanks. Okay, here we go. Thank you for all paying attention. And I love that Irene and Elizabeth, you monitor this so well. Thank you so much. So it is true. I have a lot of sixes involved with a Brian. Is there a Brian that's here? Remember, just a quick thing. I just need to explain this first. I talk about people that are alive as well as those that are not. So a name that is mentioned doesn't necessarily have to be somebody on the other side. But I do give my confirmations and affirmations so that it makes sense to you. So while I'm working with you, I will also have to say obnoxiously, no is never the answer. I'm already right. It sounds really intense, but I just want you to understand that to me, a lot of the messaging has to do with expanding our minds to know that we don't understand it in the moment. It doesn't mean that we won't understand it a little bit later. Sometimes we're scared, skeptical, excited, and nervous, and we might not get it all. But I say take the whole messaging, record it if you need to, or you already are, and allow yourself to accept the information. If you're not sure about it, just please say, I'm not sure. No pushes everything away, and it already is yours, and we'll decipher between two people if it's a multitasking message. So we already know that it's impossible to have any bad news. And we also know that we are now with the number 6 and Brian. And I feel like it's maybe the month of June. So does that make sense to anybody that's saying hello to Brian? Or Brian is saying hello? Is there a name like that that's important here?
We have my son's father is Brian. And then we went to a birthday for Brian on Sunday.
You did? Are you saying somebody's saying that or you?
Somebody is saying these are two different people.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Amy is saying that her son's father is Brian.
Excuse me, the sun is on, excuse me, just a quick question. Is the sun on the other side?
Let's see. So for Cheryl, I would assume that her son is on the other side and his father is Brian. Although let's see. Nadia is saying that her son's name is Brian. I'm not sure if she's connected to the number 6 though.
I just need to know if the first person, if Cheryl's son is on the other side, and I just need to know if Cheryl's son is on the other side.
Okay, so Cheryl, could you just please let us know? Because, okay, son is on the other side, yes.
Okay,
so,
and Brian is the father of her
son, yes.
Thank you.
Does that
and was it okay? But what is the 6 about? Is that June or the 6? What is the 6 relatable?
Cheryl, does
Cheryl,
that?
Can I speak to Cheryl?
Yes,
Sure.
of course. Irene,
I've asked her to unmute.
Okay, good.
So she should be able to speak, Cheryl.
If you can say something, then we'll find you.
Hello.
Oh, good.
Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good. Just explain to me what the 6 is about. Was anybody born or passed on the 6 or June significant to you?
6 is, June is when my husband was born, but other than that.
That's important. And the husband is Brian?
Yes.
Okay. So we're there. We're with you. Thank you. I need the J in the name, please. The J.
Jay,
John, Jonathan, or James?
John is my current husband. Brian was my son's dad. John was born in June.
Okay. Okay, got it. Do you like the same sun sign, or is that what we're talking about? Okay, here we go. Cheryl, I'm glad that I'm with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also, Cheryl, I'll just talk quickly so we can get to a lot of information. Cheryl, is there an A on the other side for you too? Is that a relative or distant relative? Do you have an A name on the other side as well?
My cousin's husband just passed and he was an A, Aaron.
Thank you. Okay, that's a lot of A's. Is he double A-A-R-O-N or something?
Yes.
Okay, I understand that. For some reason, the way that this is happening is that Aaron is on the other side, but did he know your son also?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is really like this, I got chills just now, right? And so what's happening is that Aaron is telling you that he got your son too. And he's telling you to tell both Brian and John, because that's important that they know. And it's almost like a mano-a-mano thing, that in the ways of the current world in which we're connecting like this, in this crazy dialogue that isn't crazy, that he's reporting in, Aaron, that he is fine, but more importantly is that he will look after your son as well. But I love that he's also connecting to the loves in your life, past, present, to say happy past birthdays to both of them. And then there's also something else that's coming from your son. Thank you. So is anybody, it might even be your son. Do you have a picture of him who wore like an underwear shirt? It's kind of funny because we talked about that in the beginning. Is he, did
Yes.
your son wear those didn't they used to call them wife beaters or something, like those white undershirts?
Always wore wife beater.
Oh,
Every
good.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. And so he's coming through and he's smiling so wide. And he says to you in this beautiful way, Mom, you have done wonders. He said, he's being playful with you, a little sarcastic too. So I hope you can take it that way. He's kind of saying that, you know, he didn't think you could do it. And he's talking about get past his passing. And he says, but you have. And he says, it's not like you've done it in a competitive way. He said, you allowed yourself to feel everything you were feeling. And you had enough faith that you knew that you were done when you were done. He says, it's not like you let go of me or I let go of you. We're together forever. But he says that you often ask those that pass to be with me, and they are. And he's reporting in. And he says, he wants you to understand that you've taken your relationship to a different level. And where it is, he says, Mom, it's peaceful. And he's really like proud of you because you've moved on in your life in a beautiful way. The last and final part of this messaging is that, is there a blue couch, or was there a blue couch somewhere, or a couch with blue in it that's funny?
Yes.
Yeah, but why is it funny?
Yes. The kids lost my husband's wallet in this couch, and it took us about 2 months to find it.
Okay, good. So he says that he's glad that you're secure now and more secure financially, because it takes two to tango, and that there's more power in the two of you. And that might be saying a lot metaphorically within this new relationship or something, but that's all private and just for you to keep. But he says he's always with you.
Always.
When you're sleeping, I just want you to understand that he's more off to the right of the bed, which may be headed more towards the bathroom for some reason.
Yes.
Maybe you have something of his in the bathroom. True?
Yes.
Is it on the mirror?
Yes.
Good. Okay, good.
Yes. So,
love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I just get chills all over because, thank you so much, Cheryl, for participating. I love it.
That was awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, good.
So that's interesting. Is there a Whitney that's a part of this? A Whitney or a W name? It might be Wendy, but is there a Whitney or a W name that's here and reaching to, is there a daughter? Is that anybody?
Not yet.
Okay. So the W is prevalent, and I can tell you it has April and September connections. Is there a Father William?
Let's see. There's
Okay, so I want the three combinations though. Might be a September passing, an April birthday, and a W in the name.
Okay, so we have a Winnie. Let's see.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Is Winnie a daughter that passed? Let's see, Father William. Let's see. Lori, could you let us know if this is a daughter who passed, Winnie? Let's see.
And also, all Winnie has to do, or Winnie's connection, is come through.
Okay. Oh, we have Lori who's saying that Tyler's girlfriend was Whitney. So her son in spirit's girlfriend is Whitney. She's still here.
And thank you. I'm taking that. And so can you bring her on the screen?
Yeah, Lori Getzweiler.
Mm-hmm. I just asked her to unmute.
Could you just say something, Lori, so that we can see you? Do you know how to unmute? It's down on the bottom left of the screen.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. Hi.
Sorry.
Hi, Lori. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. Are you okay? Or are you scared?
No, I'm totally good. Thank you.
Okay,
not scared
cool.
at all. No.
Good. That's beautiful. But I have some newness to this, and I'm not sure why. Have you received messages before, Lori?
Messages from Tyler, from our son?
Yes.
About Whitney? Yes.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so can you just confirm the April and the September? What are those dates for you?
April is the month that Joe and I were married. My husband, Joe, sorry.
Right. Joe is not Tyler's father, though. Is that true?
No, he is Tyler's father.
Oh, he is.
Tyler.
Okay. And then can you tell me about September? What's the 9, Lori? 9, 19th, 29th. What's the 9?
9. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember Whitney's birthday, and we're still so close, and I can't remember.
That's okay. That's fine. I'll just let it go. You can take it and have it for later,
okay.
and you'll understand where it fits. Thank
9.
you.
Okay.
I'll also thank you, Lori. I need to add, is there a Susan? Is there a last name with an S name that's important here? What is the S? Seems like it's a last name. Are you living on a street with an S name, a town with an S name? Where's that?
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale. Are you in Scottsdale, Arizona?
Yes, ma'am.
Because the name Scott, I know it's a male name, but that's fine. Okay.
Scott is. Oh, I got you. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. And so you're in Scottsdale. Does Whitney live in Scottsdale also?
Yes.
Thank you. And Tyler's talking about 3. Was there 3 children, or 3 months, 3 years, 2013? What is the 3?
Ooh. It's been 3 years since he dated Whitney.
Okay. Thank you. Hold on for a minute. I'm so glad you're here.
What? Are you listening, honey?
Yeah. Okay, so what's really important here is I'm at the throat. I'm not sure why I'm at the throat. Was there any kind of throat issues? Did he swallow things that he shouldn't have swallowed? Was there any type of abusive addiction or anything like that? Was there anything like that? Can you tell me, please?
The throat. I mean, meaning
don't
like
worry about. Don't get caught up in the throat. Was there anything with an addiction at all?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need to know. We don't have to get too technical.
Okay.
But I need to say a few things to you, and for some reason, it's pretty beautiful, and not for some reason that it's beautiful, but the way that he's showing it to me, it's very artistic. Did he have a creative mind?
Oh yes.
Was he involved in photography at all, or like
no.
to capture pictures? Who's capturing pictures? Who's doing a lot about pictures?
Well, he he would take a lot of selfies.
That's fine. I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So what he's trying to say within that is that thank you. he's being playful with you to say that if he could, he would even take selfies now. He can't, so he doesn't. He says that there's ways of understanding who he was then, now. And he says to you very easily and apologetically that he didn't mean to turn your world upside down, is the way that he's saying it. And he says he asked for forgiveness. And he asked that you ask Whitney if Whitney will forgive him too, because he says that he knows he made such an incredible impact on everyone's life. He would have liked to have done that in a more leadership role, and says that he was headed to that, or headed for that, and says that he still believes he can do that. And what happens when you transition to the other side, he says to you, is that you replay all of the relationships that you've had. And he always wanted to tell you that he's so grateful for the parents that you have been to him. He knows that you would have, he's saying, please take all metaphors, climbed every mountain to reach his spirit. And now, and so that might mean that somebody is doing some hiking or something, or doing things by mountain climbing, or reaching new heights, if you will, of awareness. And maybe that's actually just this.
Right.
And he says that it works, Mom, it works. He says to you real proudly, you could put a cup of tea on the side of your bed and I will drink it for you. Now that's a really, that I don't know how wild that is to you. I can explain some of it, but what he's saying is that he wants you to have the evidence that he's around you. It might be metaphoric. Maybe you are a tea drinker, or maybe you have a cup of water by the bed. Is that true?
We drink a lot of tea in this family. Iced tea.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So now you need to be more deliberate. Now you have homework. And the homework is that you do everything that they say. So he already gave you homework about being quiet with his spirit, to just have compassion and forgiveness for yourself and for him. And that clears the channels. Then when the channels are clear, you can put out water for him, the tea, and you'll see that it will evaporate in a way that will blow your mind. But it won't, because I'm sitting here telling you that it will happen, and he'll do it. If it doesn't happen the first night, just keep it out there for like 3 nights. But it's very possible, and you need to have that evidence. But then you can't accept one of this message, part of this message, and not the rest. And the entire message is such that you have good conversations with him alone that are about forgiveness.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Lori. So Alaine, I think you might have something up against one of your speakers, because it seems like the volume is difficult. So did you move your computer somehow so that it
no.
Because
so it's hard to hear me?
Yeah, everybody's having a hard time. It just started right when you started with Lori's reading. But I don't know.
Now?
No, it's pretty much the same. That's weird. It got a lot softer, people are saying. But I can hear it myself. I think everybody can hear it. It's just softer than what it was before. So sneaky spirits. It's probably the kids playing with you.
I don't know.
So some people are saying that it's not. I mean, it's not a problem. We can still hear you. It just went down. I don't know. Irene, do you notice that?
Yes, I notice it also. And anybody that's on the meeting, just put your volume up all the way on your desktop.
I didn't do anything.
That's okay. Again, it's probably the kids that are messing with us. They do that a lot.
Maybe.
We have these kinds of things.
Somebody said they hear me okay. So
yeah.
Okay, so maybe it'll change again. I'll just ask for that.
It's fine. It's completely fine. I just thought you might have, sometimes if you move a sweater here.
That's not why.
Yeah, that's fine. It's no problem.
Okay.
So let's keep going.
Sure. I have the name. This is kind of interesting. So I think the child has a J name. And then I have like an Aunt Terry or Aunt Teresa. Does anybody have that?
Oh, Lori is saying me. So you have a child with a J name. You also have Aunt Terry or Aunt Teresa. Is that correct? Let's see. We also have Jeff is my son and I'm Teresa. Does that sound like that might be correct?
We've also got my son is James and he has an Aunt Teresa.
Okay.
Where's that? Who's that? Sorry.
It's a SCISSONSH is what it says.
Okay. Let's see. Son Joseph, Aunt Teresa, that's Laura Canal. Is that who you were saying, Irene?
No, it's this person said my son is James and he has an Aunt Teresa.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, so thank you. So we just need to talk to that person.
Okay. It must be some kind of okay. I've asked you to unmute. I don't know how to pronounce it. It must be an abbreviation of your name or.
Hi, it's Heather.
Oh, okay, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Hi. Yeah, my son is James and he has an Aunt Teresa.
Okay, is it Aunt Teresa on the other side as well, or she's here?
She's here.
Okay, and is that your sister?
Sister-in-law.
Okay. I need the B name also. Is there a Brad, a Bill, a Brandon, Brendan? Where's the B name, please? Is there a Barbara?
Barbara. I have a Barbara. Yes, my sister, Barbara.
That's what I need. Okay. I was trying to get to your sister. I don't know why. Everything okay with your sister? Everything good?
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm supposed to ask you, are you sure? And I don't know why. So I'm not gonna have, I'm a happy meeting without bad news, but so Barbara's good?
I think so. I think she's good. Yes.
Okay, fine. And so your son is James, you said?
James. James.
Right.
Yeah.
And then your sister-in-law, is that your brother's wife or your husband's sister?
My ex-husband's brother's girlfriend, or sorry, wife.
Yeah, that's a little bit too removed for me, even though we caught it. So I'm going to just dive in a little bit to your family too, I understand.
Sure.
And your son. Please explain to me any particular skin irritation that you're getting or your son had, or was it a particular birthmark or anything? I need to understand what that's about.
I mean, he just went through bad acne at a certain age, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of normal. So that's not what it is. So can you just explain to me, so you don't have to make it up. So just listen to me and then you'll know what it is. Okay.
Sure.
So when we're talking about a marking on the face, does anybody have a particular marking on the face? Did somebody just have something removed from their face? Not that that's a big deal, but I just need to follow through with it. Is anybody having a skin condition that they didn't have before that they're concerned about?
Not that I can think of. No.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit of an obnoxious medium. I'm always right. So if you do, and the funny thing is, and I'm kind of just kidding with you, what I'm trying to also say that, and this is not like bad news or anything, maybe you'll think about it after we're done, but also it has a lot to do with something that may just happen.
Okay.
So you might be on the phone with Barbara and she's going to say, you're never going to believe this. You know, I got a tick bite or something. I don't know. I might not ever know unless you choose to email me and let me know that I don't talk crazy, right? And I would appreciate that. So I'm just going to come off of that a little bit and work with your son, James. Can you tell me what November is at all? The 11th. November. Is anybody born or on the 11th? Is there twins? I need what the 11 is.
I'm trying to think.
Birthdays, anniversaries, passings, November?
No passings that I can think of. I'm trying to think of anniversaries.
Okay, do you have another son?
I do, yes.
Okay. Okay. Is there a Tom, a Tim, a Thomas in the family at all? T name? Ted?
Yeah, there's a Tanner, which is would be my son James's nephew, Tanner.
Okay. So it's a little bit spread out to do the continuous messaging because I could spend an hour with each person, but I can't. So I want to try and get to what can be the most significant messaging from him. But I also find it like a query of as why he's talking about his nephew Tanner. So is that coming at all from your side of the family with Barbara?
No, so his James's sister, that's her son. So my daughter's son is Tanner.
Oh, that's really important. Thank you. Now I understand. Is he firstborn or the youngest one or first son, or how does that
He's
go?
the first grandson. Tanner's the first grandson.
That's why. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. Did he come after James had passed?
He came before, but he recently had his baptism, like just recently. But
okay,
Tanner
fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I just want
to.
You can hear me good now?
Yeah.
Yes, volume's back. Yay.
Okay, great. Good. Okay, so what's really important about this, and I think it might have something to do with my Bluetooth, so I might have to take it off for a moment. But here's what's important is that he's trying to be playful to say he's a godfather of his sister's son, and that he wants to play a more religious role in the family. And he says that he might not have all of the religious faith that he knows his family came from. But what he does say is that he's clear, which means that he's a lighter soul. And all he wants, and is begging actually, for his family to be as light as he is. But he says he knew he brought the family to a grounding that they've never experienced before in their life. So this is why he's coming through to you to say, so interesting, you need to wear white. And I don't know why. Did the baptism, did you wear a white dress or something like that? Did you wear more white? Are you wearing more white? Why am I talking about it?
Yes. Yeah. I have been. Yes.
Good. He likes that. It's whiter, and he says it's an indication that you're lighter. He says, we don't have to be in the dark anymore, Mom. We're a modern family, and we understand that life does go on. So the celebration of life is really where it's at. And it puts us into a place of knowing that our lives are going on too, because our families' lives are going on, because they do not want to be in a place of, they can't be in a place of fear, but they don't want you to be in a place of fear. So what he's trying to say to you is that you've elevated your existence by working together also with your daughter and your other son to be and have your place in a family of great faith. And that might have came through your religious practices or leaning on the church or whatever it was for you. And he says, but Mom, what it really is being with the grandchild, being with Tanner. It's like being with those that are here. And so he says he's just giving that little boy all of his energy. And he says, there's more to come. There's more to come. He says, I love you and you have done me well. And he only wishes that he could have done more well with you and the family. But he says, we're not really in control. And thank you for understanding and surrendering to God is what he just said, which is really interesting. Do you understand?
Yes. Thank you. Yes, I do.
Woo. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we taking another one? Can we do that?
Sure.
If you'd
so
like,
my battery might run low.
If you'd like to do another one, that would be wonderful. And I think that everybody.
Okay, let's do something quick. So I have, okay, do I have a name like Lyle or Leo? Who's Lyle? And it is from Lori. And is it the same Lori or it's a different Lori?
Different Lori. Let's see. Okay, so does Lyle, that sounds right to you? Is that?
Yeah, that's me. So can I talk to Allison?
Wait, it's Lori who said Lyle.
It's okay, can I talk to Lori?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Allison is Kyle, just to let you know. But Lori, let's see, have you already unmuted Lori?
I've asked her to unmute.
Okay, great.
Hi.
Hi, Lori. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay. Lori, who is Lyle to you?
Lyle is my son's dad. And my son Cyrus is on the other side.
I understand. How is Lyle? Is Lyle okay?
No, he's not. No, he's.
I know that.
Yeah. So we're very good friends. We haven't been together for a very long time. And he's not well.
I understand that. So what I'm hearing is, and he wants to be extra careful and those around him with COVID, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I just needed to say that.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to take extra precautions. And we're also going to know that your son is telling you that he's very grateful for keeping the relationship going with Lyle because it's significant and important for your own heart, for Lyle's too. And he says that you have done a miraculous job in caring for those. Who, can you hear me still?
Yes.
Okay. Caring for him. So I actually have Lyle in a reclined position a lot. Do you understand that? Like he's just lost his energy. He's lethargic. He's just not. Yeah. So what's clear is that we don't know that Lyle's going to get his energy back. I don't know if something miraculous is going to happen to him. He's in a defeated place. Do you understand that?
He really is. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. So a happy medium. I'm not delivering bad news. I'm kind of just stating what's happening to him. And I'm hearing from your son to say that it might be helpful, Mom, to just bring a plant over or flowers. And it's not like Dad's a flower guy. He just says it just gives him hope and it allows him to look forward to your visits and the energy that you bring to him, almost to his, the end of his life, like the longer years of his life. He says, but it's really a testament to the person that you are. He says, you're more like an angel and people have told you that. He says, but now I can see it because what you've done with me is what I've done with you. And he says, you and I have worked really for a long time together to make sure that we're never without each other. And he says that you wear something of his. Is there a tattoo or is there something there that you have of his on you?
I
have a tattoo?
Yeah, I have a pretty new one that I have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. So what's really important about that in this quick messaging is that he's acknowledging this newer tattoo, which means that you're never going to be really separate from each other. It might be on a physical plane, but certainly not in a heart space channel that you have with him that nobody else can really have in that way. But what you've done is you've mastered mind, which means that you've mastered your own mind to put yourself into a place of incredible connection, and love is eternal, right? And we know that. And so this is what is happening for you, but what is also happening is that you have this ability to be on this physical plane and continually give. You're an abundant well of love and you have never stopped giving. And the reason that you're connected to your son so much is that you still never gave up on him. And so you need to hear those words because there's also a part of you that might think that you did give up on him or that you should have done something differently. He says, stop it. Don't go there, Mom. He says, you've been this wonderful person. You absolutely know that. And things happen in life that we can't really control. And we know we can't control other people. So whatever happened to Cyrus, your son, Lyle, your ex-husband, all of that is on their own volition. You're just a part of it. But the part that you play is really angelic. And he says, I love you for that. And we're at this great place because your heart remained open to me, but it needs to stay just as open to yourself. So there has to be more frequent wow. verbal cues to tell yourself that you are that loving being. And things happen in life to all of us, but we cannot hold ourselves responsible for somebody else's life. And it's really big, and my hair is standing up because you're a lovely person, and I'm so glad that I met you. What do you think, Lori? Powerful punch, huh?
Yeah, it's that's really helpful. It's really affirming.
Good. Can you affirm it on your own?
Yeah, I can.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. It's like a personal pep rally sometimes. And we all have to go there, right? On any given day, whether our hair looks good or it doesn't, and or we have serious circumstances going on in our life that we're not in control of. And I'm not minimizing any circumstance or dramatic life affirming or non-affirming things that go on, yet I did hear that, so I need to share it with you. And the only person that could do that for you is you, right? And so how beautiful that you have this significant relationship with your son that keeps you high. And so you're able to remain high to give to people that really need you more than you even need you, but make sure that you take care of yourself in the very same way, and aptitude and altitude of that selfless service.
Okay.
Nice to know you, my friend.
Thank you.
What a good mommy. Not kidding. Really not kidding. My hair's standing on up. So, I think that I'm going to get a lot in, and it's only a couple, but like good, powerful ones that I hope, and you say it best, Elizabeth, I think that a message to one of us is a message to all of us, because I take a lot from my own messaging. We're all talking to ourselves. We're that same person. So,
well, that was absolutely amazing. And yes, we all say that. Irene does too. We love the fact that when one person gets a message, everyone in the room understands that this communication that we have with our kids is real, and that they are all here tonight, not just the ones that you spoke to. Every single one of our kids is here tonight, but the ones who are pushing the other ones forward are the ones who are saying, your mom needs this more than my mom might need it tonight, and I want you to be able to get forward first. So I think that these kids are all just so incredibly selfless, such huge bright lights. And I just feel that I feel very grateful that I was here to watch you this evening, because the messages were for all of us, and they were absolutely beautiful. And everyone's saying that in the chat as well. So thank you so much. I do want you to just repeat how to go onto your website and be able to get those meditations, because people have been asking about them. A lot of people.
That's wonderful, and that's perfect. So one easy way to obtain the meditation is to go on my website, and it's spelled ALAINEPORTNER.com, my name. And you can just provide us and contact us with your email, tell us that you're a part of Helping Parents Heal, provide a Google review, and then we'll be sending it out to you, but we'll need that email to be sending it out to you. So that's the easy way to do it. And then there are a number of things and events on my website that you can all be a part of. I would love you to. We have an event on September 13th that you'll see, and we have a yoga and mindful retreats that are coming up in Boone, North Carolina, and in Pennsylvania. So they're not international, so hopefully we can be local. And I know we have international callers in tonight, so hopefully we'll travel internationally soon. Everybody, please be safe. And thank you so much for connecting to me, because it is a complete honor to be in front of you. And you'll understand that if you read my book, and it's not a plug for the book, more than it is to let you know that the book was channeled by a child that I didn't know. But it was that important to make sure that we know that these connections are all possible for all of us. And with great gratitude for meditating with me too. It's just as important. Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
Beautiful
Thank you.
meditation. It was a beautiful, readings were beautiful. And we always ask everyone to unmute themselves and say thank you and goodbye. And
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Be well,
Thank
everybody.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.